He is risen. He is risen indeed. That was the greeting that the early church used to pay witness to the truth that Jesus had indeed risen from the dead. Hey, a happy Resurrection Sunday to you and yours. I pray that this finds you well from wherever you are tuning in. You see, on that original Resurrection Sunday, Jesus' grave was empty. And the religious leaders of the day, instead of admitting that, yes, Jesus had risen just like he said he would, and that they were wrong, they chose to pay the guards that were keeping watch at the tomb to fabricate a story and say that Jesus' disciples stole his body, that there had been a grave heist of sorts. But today I want to talk to you about a different kind of grave heist. And stick with me here. So you see, Jesus left his throne in heaven, came down to earth, and on that Easter weekend even descended into hell. He literally moved heaven and earth and hell so that he could redeem you and me. And it begs the question, why? Now, on the one hand, Scripture promises that we who choose to put our faith in Jesus will one day also be resurrected in the same way that Jesus was resurrected. And if somebody comes to your grave and my grave on that day, there will seem like there was a grave heist. And I cannot wait for that day to go to be with Jesus in heaven forever. In the words of the singer, I can only imagine what it will be like. I cannot wait. And while that will be amazing, it begs the question, is that all that it is for? Is that all that Easter was and Christmas were about? And my message to you here today is that, yes, while it is true that we look forward to that day, Jesus also paid the ultimate sacrifice so that we can realize those benefits here and now. Matter of fact, he says that the same power that raised him from the dead and which will raise us from the dead on that day, that same power lives in you and me now. In Ephesians, it says, now to him that is able to do exceedingly above, more than we can think, dream, or imagine, according to his power that is at work within us now. In that same book of Ephesians, it makes it clear that you and I are not saved by works. We are saved by grace. It's a gift. But it also says that we are saved for works. And it adds words that God prepared for us to do way before the foundations of the earth. Jesus even said that, hey, when I leave, I'll send you a helper. My spirit will rest on you, and greater things than I did shall you be able to do, not in the sweet by and by, here and now. Now, am I saying that you and I will be able to do greater miracles or kinds of miracles than Jesus, the God-man, did? No, not necessarily. But could it be that the greater miracles that you and I are able to do may come in the form of physical impact? I mean, with millions, probably billions of believers all over the world, you and I can physically impact and touch more lives than Jesus ever could. Or could the greater things maybe be looked at in the context of the access that you and I have to technology? Have you ever considered the fact that Jesus' influence was really, really small? It only covered a very small radius, like transportation and telecommunication were very limited back in that day. But you and me, like with this video, the moment I'm done with it and I hit post, it could go viral and it is immediately accessible to somebody that is across the globe. And talking of greater things, while I am all for the miracles like feeding thousands and walking on water, the kinds that would get the networks running to come and capture the event, could maybe the greater things that Jesus called us to do be realized in everyday life, right in the places where God has put us, around the people that He has blessed us with, and in the context of you and I discovering our purpose and the mission that the Father put us on this earth for, and being able to fully fulfill it. Talking of greater things and the immense sacrifice that Jesus made so that you and I could realize them. I was at church yesterday, and I asked this question to the congregation. Hey, what is your favorite place to shop? And our first lady said Dillard's. And Dillard's is a department store in the malls here in America. And I said, think with me hypothetically that somebody very rich like Elon Musk went to Dillard's and established an account that is worth however much Elon Musk is worth. I don't know. Somebody said maybe 300 and something billion dollars. And established a $300+ billion account and said, hey, this account is for Pastor Monica. She can shop until she drops. Matter of fact, do not call me, do not bother me until that amount is exceeded, right? And I said, would it not be a tragedy if, number one, you are not aware that such an account has been set up for you, or you are aware but could not access it, or you are aware and could access it but you chose not to? That would be such a waste. It would be such a tragedy. And I think what I'm trying to say is that by Jesus moving heaven, earth, and hell through his not just death benefit,